in the history of the tournament. Game 3 today, Game 4 of the tournament. And we're going to get you ready for a tip-off between the SUNY Canton Kangaroos, and the Bulldogs of the University of Redlands. Canton, way upstate New York, mere miles away from the Canadian border. And Redlands, first of all, good crowd here because they're only about a 3-hour drive, about an hour west of Los Angeles County. I'm Pat Coleman. Dave McHugh producing. Gordon Mann alongside here at the Classic. We'll start with the starting lineups first for the Bulldogs of the University of Redlands. Redlands will start with a freshman in the backcourt, a 5'3" guard out of San Jose, California, wearing number 2, Alex Faselo. Also in the backcourt, a 5'6" junior out of Seattle, Washington, number 20, Layla Hosen. Another guard, a 5'5" junior out of Portland, Oregon, wears number 24, Carly Hicks. In the front court, a 5'10" junior forward out of Kenmore, Washington, wears number 32, Colby Zorich. And then a 6'1" sophomore center out of right nearby in Henderson, Nevada, number 45, A.J. Wick. The Bulldogs are coached by Rich Murphy, 5-5 on the season. SUNY Canton, the Kangaroos. They're coached by Chris Klassen. And they will start in the backcourt with a 5'3" sophomore guard out of San Jose, California, number 2, Sierra Pabo. Also in the backcourt, a 5'8" senior guard out of Harrisville, New York, number 4, Tori Moore. A 5'3" junior guard out of Bolingbrook, Illinois, number 33, Hope Aniceto. And then in the front court, a 5'11" freshman out of Clay, New York, number 20, Kat McRobbie. And a 5'11" sophomore out of Silver Creek, New York, number 23, Abigail Rice. SUNY Canton comes in at 3-1. You heard that correctly. 3-1. They have played 4 games this season. Wins against Sage, Clarkson, and Bryant and Stratton Albany. A 74-60 loss to Oswego State. University of Redlands last time out, they ended Transylvania's long regular season win streak, multiple seasons, including the 2023 national title. But Transylvania had not lost a game. They did lose to University of Redlands. Other notables, Redlands with a 56-51 loss to Smith. Each of these teams making their first trip to the D3Hoops.com Classic. We're glad to have them here in this 14th annual event. And we're getting ready for tip-off here of game number 3. In case you missed it just right before this, for your SUNYAC fans here on this broadcast, Cal Lutheran defeated SUNY New Paltz 70-58. That game wrapping up just a few minutes ago. Redlands comes out. They are in their scarlet maroon with gray numerals and letters and trim. Canton in the white with navy blue numerals and gold trim. McRobbie to tip it up against Wick, and the ball goes into and out of the backcourt and out of the stadium entirely. It's not reading that automatic clock correctly. It is, AI is not all it's cracked up to be. McRobbie looking underneath, and she finds Abigail Rice. Shot no good. Redlands with the rebound. Redlands working right to left here across your computer monitor in the first half. Faselo for Hicks. Hicks drives down, dumps off. Zorich for 2. Redlands on the board first. D3Hoops.com Classic. It's a it's not an invitational tournament. It's a all y'all come tournament here in Las Vegas, Nevada, in its 14th consecutive year. 14th consecutive season. I think we all know things happened in 2020 that did not involve basketball. Here's a baseline jumper for Zorich. That does not fall. Moore with the board. Speaking of rebounds, SUNY Canton is the top rebounding team in all of NCAA Division III, 54.3 rebounds a game. If you're the person who says that's because they don't make a lot of shots, I mean, that's not really true. They're in the middle of the pack nationally in shooting, and even higher than that from three-point range, although Hope Aniceto got a long look from 23 feet out and left it short. Redlands, the Bulldogs. Wick, 6'1" center with the basketball, drives it in all the way herself for two. Just a 43% shooter from the floor, but he's the team leading scorer and rebounder, 15.4 points and 12.2 rebounds a game for Wick. SUNY Canton, still relatively new to NCAA Division III and in a new conference this year. Is a three ball on the way, no good by Aniceto. This one drew back iron. SUNY Canton moving from the North Atlantic Conference, where they were second in their conference division, and they went 21-6. Moving to the SUNYAC. Last season was the best season that Canton had in its history as a four-year school. And just one game into its SUNYAC schedule, we'll see how the Kangaroos fare in a new conference. Hosen. Foul line jumper, no good. Rebounded by Moore. Pabo pushes it up the floor. Bounces it off. Coming back the other way, Redlands leaves it short. Hosen tie up on the rebound, and it will be Redlands basketball. Into the game for SUNY Canton, Natalie Bartle. She gets the rebound off the Wick miss. Bartle, 5'6" freshman out of Santa Clarita, California. Bartle, 5'6" senior out of Negaunee, Michigan. There we go. Redlands up 4-2. Make it 6-2. Wick with 4 points here in the early going. Bartle steps in, baseline jumper from about 15 out, does not go. Teams playing with pace. And the pass up ahead for Carly Hicks is knocked out of bounds. Wick puts the ball on the floor, now steps at the foul line, no good. Gets her own rebound. Marika Kroon not able to come up with it, and here is a hoop and a harm. .6:35 here to go in the first. Wick to the foul line is 64% free throw shooter. And unable to complete the three-point play. Kroon there to come up with a rebound. Bartle. Now back outside, now up top with it, Pabo. SUNY Canton with players from Michigan, Texas, California, of course a bunch from New York. They're a state school in New York. Connecticut and Illinois here on this roster. That's a lot of geographic diversity for a Division III state school, and here's a shot that's rounded off by McRobbie. Hosen pushes the ball up. Underneath with it, Zorich, and Zorich is going to draw the foul.
Fouls on the bruise, number 20, Kat McRobbie's Harvard. That's her first. The team's third. line for the Bulldogs, number 32, Colby Zorich, 2 shots.
First shot good. Zorich is the team's leading free throw shooter, 84% from the foul line. Averaging double figures, 11.4 points a game. Second shot on the way, and this one is good as well. 10-2 your score. Redlands with a little bit of pressure. And almost stolen away by Wick, and it is stolen away by Wick. Up ahead with it, Hosen working fast break. Facello on the wing, and she drains it. Three-pointer, first one of the day for either team, and there's Klassen not liking what he's seeing. Take a 30-second timeout. Here at this tournament so far this weekend, so far today, in women's basketball action, Colorado College defeated Susquehanna 74-45. Right before this game, another SCIAC-SUNYAC matchup as Cal Lutheran defeated SUNY New Paltz 70-58. And then last night, the Redlands men's basketball team got this tournament started with a 97-89 win against Hardin-Simmons. (13-2) our score, 5:38 left here in the first quarter. Emma Perez checks into the game for Canton. And nearly stolen in the backcourt, having some trouble with the press. Tori Moore, and it's going to be a 10-second call, team turnover against SUNY Canton. Redlands kind of showed a little more token pressure on the previous possession. Then they came up and they were in the faces of the ball handlers, and SUNY Canton did not have an answer. Yeah, the shot clock should go to 30 because it was a change of possession. Possession changed. There you go. I don't know if they were asking us or not. We're right here. They're on top of it. And then they took it down to 28. And Coach Murphy's going, why 28? Doesn't really seem to matter. Redlands shot no good. Canton with the rebound, and again, pressure in the backcourt, but this time they get it across. Baseline jumper up ahead, and the shot is good for SUNY Canton. Emma Perez on the board. Ends that 11-0 run by the Bulldogs. Wick from 19, no good. Rebound Canton. Tori Moore comes up with it. Tori Moore is 5'8", but the team's leader in rebounds at 11 a game. And here's a shot from Pabo, no good. Back on the other end, Wick with the finish. Wick now with 8 of her team's 15 points. One and done for Canton. That's Hicks, 3 no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds. It'll be Canton basketball. Perez, top of the key, over for Bartle. Bartle, long shot from the wing. One's no good. Wick kicks it back outside. Here on the baseline. Shot on the way, no good for Zorich. Bulldogs and Kangaroos in this cross-continent matchup here at the D3 Hoops Classic. Moore's shot blocked. driving it all the way up the baseline and drawing the foul is Layla Hosen. No, I'm sorry. That'll be committing the foul instead. So that's her first team foul of the game here for Redlands with 3:18 to play in the first. Yep, another turnover. Dribbling in from the wing, almost had it knocked away from behind, but Redlands able to hang on to it. Shot on the way, that one is no good by Caden Sanders around and off. Three on the way from the corner, no good for Aniceto. No offensive rebound for Canton in that one. Rebounding fairly even. Redlands with a 12-10 advantage on the #1 team in rebounding in Division III, and there's a turnover for Redlands. Zorich turns it over the first time today. Pabo, crossover dribble, dribbles in, kicks it out. Chelsea Tyler with the basketball. Aniceto flashing across McRobbie. McRobbie puts it up. Nope, she traveled first. SUNY Canton's 6th turnover of the afternoon. It's afternoon local time. We know where you may be watching. It might have been dark for an hour and a half for all we know. Wick cross-court pass near side. Sanders shot on the way and good. Caden Sanders with the three-pointer. Her first points of the day. And pass for the interior is good. They're gonna give that one to Redlands. I did not see SUNY Canton make contact with it after the pass was initially blocked. Redlands up 18-4 with the basketball. Avery shearing into the game. She's got the basketball there on the far side. Guarded by McRobbie. Andrea Perkins with the basketball from about 16 feet out. Gets it to roll over the top. It's 20-4. Redlands hitting on 8 of 18 shots, 44%. But SUNY Canton just 2 of 13 and 0 of 5 from beyond the arc. And this will be a foul on Wick. Wick's second team foul. Kennedy Allen checking into the game for the first time for the Kangaroos, replacing Rice. And Aceto's going to go to the line where she is a 71.4% free throw shooter. I'm going to guess that's 5 out of 7, considering the limited stats sample for everybody involved with SUNY Canton so far this season. First shot good. Could be 10 of 14. Gordon confirms it is 10 of 14. Well, now it's 11 of 16, so that's a number I don't have in my head automatically. Sanders with the basketball, almost has it knocked away from behind. Over for Hosen. Bounce pass for A.J. Wick. Back outside, three-pointer on the way. That is no good by Avery Shearing. Kangaroos push it up ahead and pushing it up too hard as McRobbie, the cutter, not quite there in time to get the basketball. Krista Carbon comes into the game. I'm impressed. You don't see this on the camera, but there is a good amount of Redlands crowd here tonight. It's not far. It's a weekend in Vegas. You got your men's and women's basketball program here, so the men's team, I presume, is in the building somewhere, although I can't actually pick them out very easily. Facelo's shot no good. There's Pablo coming back the other way. Loses the handle on it. 15 seconds to play here in the first. Redlands looking to add to a 20-5 lead. Shearing swings it far side for Perkins. Perkins gets it back from Carbon. Shot no good. Offensive rebound. Shearing, nope, loses the handle on it. And this shot is going to be after the buzzer. And we will come to the end of the first quarter. I got 20-5. Our score here at the end of one. We'll be back in just a moment here at the D3 Hoops Classic.
Yeah.
You're no stranger to challenges. You feel the weight of the work left to do, but more importantly, you dream of making the world a better place. From day one, you've never given up in the face of obstacles, and you're not going to start now because you are relentless to your roots. And your success in the future is rooted in the decisions you make today. So choose a university with a 100-year legacy of dogged determination and community impact. The University of Redlands. Learn more at redlands.edu.
We're back out here as the camera attempts to tune to the scoreboard. The score is 20-5, not 91-2 or any of the other things you saw in between. We're attempting to find one scoreboard here in this building that the camera can read and automatically translate. These are things that cameras do now you may not have known. As we start quarter number two. Bartle, Pabo, Kennedy Allen, McRobbie on the floor right now, along with Tori Moore. And there is a three-pointer that rattles in for Natalie Bartle. First three of the day for the Kangaroos. Immediately cuts into now that deficit 20-8. Driving in, Shearing with the basket. In that first quarter, Redlands, 8 of 21 from the floor, 38%. Those aren't great numbers, but they're fantastic compared to SUNY Canton, which struggled, 2 of 13 in there. The bank is open on Saturday here in Vegas. Natalie Bartle heating up. Back-to-back three balls, and that one off glass. Shearing outside for Caden Sanders. Sanders just a little bit short from beyond the arc. It goes out of bounds. And all the way back to the trainer's table. Redlands setting up a 2-2-1 press. Looks like a 1-2-2. And then taken away from behind by Layla Hosen. Hosen with her first steal of the afternoon. Coming back the other way, Hosen has it knocked out of her hands, and she loses it out of bounds. Almost stolen away on the press once again. Here's McRobbie, pull up, no good. Carbon with the rebound. Carbon getting a good amount of playing time today. She's been in just 2 games coming into today, this season. Step in, Hosen for about 18, no good. Pabo for Canton. Cannot get it to fall. Shearing with the rebound for the Bulldogs. Perkins, and that pass deflected. Looking in the interior for Krista Carbon and can't get it to her. Carbon 6'3" junior out of Murrieta, California.
Checking in for the Bulldogs, number 32, Colby Zorich, number 5, Sophie Christopher, number 24, Carly Hicks. Checking in for the Roos, number 23, Abigail Rice, number 33, Coleman.
Sophie Christopher comes into the game for Redlands. Carly Hicks, Colby Zorich on the floor as well, along with Krista Carbon and Alex Faselo as Redlands turns it over. For Canton, it's Bartle, Pabo, Abigail Rice, Sadie Sprayberry, and Hope Aniceto. Bartle loses the handle on it. Christopher takes it away. Trying to finish the break. Zorich with a nice feed from Alex Faselo. Zorich's defender had no idea the ball was coming to her that fast, did not even look. Allowing Faselo to thread that needle. It's 24-11. Shot no good. And Redlands once again with the rebound. Rebounding a small edge to Redlands, 17-14 here in the early going. Shot no good by Faselo and rebounded by Canton. Pass up ahead, stolen by Carly Hicks. 12th turnover for the Kangaroos. Sophie Christopher. Pull up, and that one's good. Drove her defender into the lane, kind of picked it up with about 11 feet out and hit nothing but the bottom of the net. Here on the other end, Sierra Pabo gets the answer. Last year's Rookie of the Year in the North Atlantic Conference, she averages 12.3 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 3.5 assists for the Kangaroos. Here's Christopher. Christopher shot no good. Offensive rebound by Hicks and then lost out of bounds. Look over to the Kangaroos. We talked about there being a pretty good Redlands crowd here today. There's a fairly good Canton crowd as well, especially considering that it's really not driving distance from extreme upstate New York. Three on the way for Bartle. Same spot she was hitting at from before. This one does not fall. Hicks with the rebound for Redlands, and then Christopher losing the handle on it, or make that, yeah, that was Christopher. And it will be Canton getting the ball back, and then Christopher getting called for the foul as well. Things coaches really dislike, high on the list, committing a turnover and then committing a foul out of frustration trying to get the ball back. It's not the ideal combination. Canton working on the basket to our right here in the first half, and this one rolls around and in for McRobbie. McRobbie, team's leading scorer on the season with 18.3 points a game. She's got 4 here tonight, and then Christopher answers on the other end. That's a combination that the coach would be more in favor of. Come back with a basket after committing your turnover and your foul. Bartle, step back, 3, this one no good. Canton looking for a foul or some sort of something, not getting it, and it's Zorich on the other end. Zorich with 8, Wick with 8. Lead is 15, 30-15. Throwing it up and getting it to fall. Sierra Pabo. If you heard that in the background, that's Coach Chris Klassen encouraging his team. There's Wick. Wick is going to draw the foul. Foul is on McRobbie. That is foul number 2 for her. And she's going to come out of the game. Abigail Rice is going to come back in to replace her. First shot left a little short by Wick. The look on her face suggests her surprise, shock, and displeasure at missing that shot in that manner. Second shot, that one hits the front iron but is no good. Rebounded by Marika Kroon. A little bit of a different look now with McRobbie out of the game, and Perez turns it over. Christopher back the other way. Christopher's shot no good. Ficello with the board, tried to get it to Wick. Ficello now out on the perimeter, no good. Wick tries to control a rebound on the run and is unable to do so. I'm going to say it's out of bounds off Canton. It'll be Redlands basketball. Christopher gets by her defender. Wick picks up her dribble. Ficello with it. Back to Wick here from 19'6". No good. Pablo on the run for Canton. And unable to hang on to the ball. Canton's very eager to push. They're not always eager to pull it back and set up the offense. And there's Christopher on the other end. Sophie Christopher kind of heating up off the bench. She's got 6 points here. As Redlands is up by 15. Shot on the way is no good by Pablo from long distance. Here up ahead, coming back the other way. Zoric finishes with the left-hand layup, and Klassen not happy. Going to take a full timeout. We will take one as well. 3:21 to go in the half. It's 34-17 Redlands here at the D3 Hoops Classic.
You're no stranger to challenges. You feel the weight of the work left to do, but more importantly, you dream of making the world a better place. From day one, you've never given up in the face of obstacles, and you're not going to start now because you are relentless to your roots. And your success in the future is rooted in the decisions you make today. So choose a university with a 100-year legacy of dogged determination and community impact. The University of Redlands. Learn more at redlands.edu.
Life isn't about finding your path. It's about creating it. At Susquehanna University, you can choose a liberal arts experience that prepares you for a promising future. Discover your magic and then change the world. Start the journey of your lifetime at Susquehanna University.
Back out here at the D3Hoops.com Classic. Chris Klassen took a timeout. His team has turned the ball over 14 times. They've shot 5 of 11 from the floor here in the second quarter, which is an improvement over quarter number 1, but they've just given up an easy transition bucket. Here's a little hook shot that's left a little short by Sadie Sprayberry. Redlands pushes the pace. Redlands averaging 61.1 points a game. That is not indicative of someone that wants to push the pace. That's in the bottom half of Division III. Emma Perez looking to dump it back to someone who wasn't there. Christopher tracks it down all the way in the front court. Wick, little floater, no good. Perez with a board. Perez brings it up. 5'5" junior out of Austin, Texas. We mentioned that kind of unlike a lot of Division III state schools, this SUNY Canton roster comes from all over the place. Shot no good and rebounded by Carly Hicks. Near side for Christopher. Dribbles in, finds her way blocked. Back out for Hicks. Hicks around and off on a three-point attempt. Perez with the board. Long three. This one does not fall for Pavo. Zoric can't get it to go. Perez into the front court. Outside, three-pointer on the way. That is no good by Chelsea Tyler. Zorich can't get it to fall. Zorich can't believe it. I have to imagine that the pace of this game is leaving teams a little bit tired, unable to finish some of these shots and some of these possessions. Pabo, this one rattles around and in. It's at 34-19. Sophie Christopher with the basketball. Working on the basket to our left here in the first half. A minute to play. And Zorich is going to draw the foul. Third team foul against Canton this half, but it's a two-shot foul.
That is her first. The team's second. Checking in for the Bulldogs, number 20, Layla Hassan. And checking in for the Roos, number 0, Natalie Bartle, and number 4, Tori Moore. Also checking in, number 20, Kat McRabi. At the line for the Bulldogs, number 32, Colby Zorich.
Zorich will be shooting a pair.
Checking in for the Roos, number 33, Hope Monaceto.
Zorich, 84% foul shooter. To lead the team, 2 of 2 on the day. Now make that 3 of 3. Redlands just 3 of 6 from the foul line today. Zorich is 3 of 3. AJ Wick is 0 for 3. You can see how that balances out. Natalie Bartle with it in the front court. Shot clock at 12. Dribbling on the baseline, and Bartle with a nice little underhanded scoop. It's at 36-21. We got a 3.5-second differential here as we count down the final seconds of the first half. And Wick with a nice move, goes left, goes right and underneath. Push the lead back to 17. Canton can take the last shot. Aniceto. Pabo with it. You hear the countdown in the background. Game clock is at 5. Aniceto dribbles in. Bounce pass in. This shot is no good by Tori Moore at the horn. And we go to the half with Redlands leading SUNY Canton by the score of 38-21. We'll take a break here at the D3Hoops.com Classic, and we back out with halftime stats in a little while. Again at the half from Las Vegas.
More schools than Division I, more fans than Division II, and more upsets than March Madness. There's nearly 850 programs with over 11,000 games leading to 2 national championships. And we've been covering it all for over 2 decades. From Eastern to Occidental, from Puget Sound to Piedmont, from Southwestern to the University of New England, and from Hope to Calvin. Nobody covers Division III basketball like we do. We're D3Hoops.com at www.d3hoops.com.
Yeah.
Passion's love. Passion is love for what you do. Because I think when you face challenges, it comes down to how much you want it and how much you love it. Passion is what keeps you going forward. Seeing so many people that were like-minded and so hardworking in their sport and academics, being surrounded by like-minded people makes you want to be more passionate. I think it pushes you to a different level that maybe you didn't think you had. And you can do the best of both worlds and love all of it.
At Susquehanna University, we are invested. Invested in preparing for a lifetime of success. Susquehanna student athletes excel both on the field and in the classroom. You'll finish strong with supportive coaches and professors. Susquehanna University. Elevate your game and your future.
Comprehensive learning is being able to adapt to experiences and apply the things that I learned. Being an athlete and juggling academics helped me grow as a person, and things that I've learned, I was able to apply it in another field, putting them into everyday life. Developing comprehensive learning helped me prioritize certain things to make sure I get to where I want to be.
You're no stranger to challenges. You feel the weight of the work left to do, but more importantly, you dream of making the world a better place. From day one, you've never given up in the face of obstacles, and you're not going to start now because you are relentless to your roots. And your success in the future is rooted in the decisions you make today. So choose a university with a 100-year legacy of dogged determination and community impact. The University of Redlands. Learn more at redlands.edu.
For the love of the game. That's what it's all about, they say. But for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that.
It's more about team and the schools and communities we represent.
And for the many of us blessed with the strength to compete in sport at the college level, we understand that with what we were given comes a special obligation.
Our obligation to help those who have their own special needs and whose love for the game is no less intense.
That is why NCAA Division III teamed up with Special Olympics. Since August of 2011, we and others from Division III campus communities have volunteered more than 250,000 hours, time away from the classroom and practice field, reaching across the country to coach and mentor Special Olympics athletes.
And to learn that in giving, we receive so much more in return. Help us keep that dream alive.
Be part of it.
Get involved.
You can make a difference.
I believe sportsmanship is a mutual admiration and respect for your fellow competitors. We all go through a lot to reach the point where we compete against one another. It's important to realize that. So once we're finally on the field or on the court or on the starting block, we look at each other as fellow human beings and not just competitors. Being able to recognize the hard work that other athletes are putting in creates a more positive and inclusive environment.
Responsibility is being accountable for your words and actions, first and foremost. It also is an obligation to be a positive influence in the communities around you. Being in a D3 program, you're going to have lots of different opportunities. You're not just an athlete, you're also involved in student life. Your academics are extremely important. We give a lot of our student athletes responsibilities right from the start by giving them leadership opportunities, by having them engage in the community, be a positive influence. That's being a responsible person.
Football has taught me a lot throughout my life. It's definitely had a huge imprint on who I am as a person. Competing at a Division III level created that opportunity for me to go to college. Not only was I the first one in my family to graduate college, but I was really the first one to even go. Being the first one, I'm breaking that cycle, and now that I've graduated, I'm not sure what's the next step, but I know I have a lot of doors open. And a lot of those are open because I played football and ran track here at Otterbein.
It's not about yourself, it's about your team.
Division III allows you to give yourself to other things.
I chose Cedar Crest because it's nationally ranked for its forensic science program. And then I also chose Cedar Crest because I could come here and play sports. I could be a basketball player and then I could be a student athlete, and my teachers would understand that.
At a Division III school, you primarily a student athlete, so the school is really shaped around you developing yourself as a complete individual. The end result in my mind is you just become a very well-rounded person.
I know sports is important, but having the academic part along with it is a big plus.
There's more to them than being a student athlete. They're a club president, they're a student in the classroom, so it's a well-rounded experience.
Division III school was the best opportunity for me to have both the highest academic challenges and some of the very highest athletic challenges too.
So that's why D3 athletics is so great. It gives you the opportunity to get involved in so many different things and be able to still do all those things.
D3 school, there's a lot of time for other opportunities. During soccer season, the coaches, they expect a lot of you during soccer, but after soccer, that's your own personal time. It's your time to go explore different things and really find out who you are and other opportunities that you can pursue.
Division III in athletics, affords students the opportunity not only to participate in intercollegiate athletics at a competitive level, but also gives them the opportunity to, engage in the other interests in their campus and in their lives outside of that sport and outside of the academics on the campus.
I wanted to be really balanced. I wanted to be focused on academics and athletics and be able to do other things that I wanted to do. And I knew Division III would be able to not only let me do that, but support me in that.
You have more time for your extracurricular activities outside of school, whether it's not academics, spending time with your family, your friends, and those are things that are important to me in a college experience.
Being a Division III athlete and developing my leadership skills has definitely put my name out there and helped me get more recognition on campus, but more recognition nationwide. I did win the Jostens Trophy, which is based on leadership, academics, and then how well you do on the court.
I think there's more opportunities for academic scholarships in Division III.
Division III schools offer academic scholarships instead of athletic scholarships. This really puts the focus that the student athlete needs to maintain that GPA.
I got the presidential scholarship from Case Western, which was huge for me.
I did receive a non-athletic scholarship upon entering school, and I carried that for my first 2 or 3 years.
I did receive academic scholarships my freshman year, and then every single year I get a little bit more because of my academics. Just being involved on campus, being an athlete, and then being a leader in so many different clubs. All those things combined kind of get me recognized.
Don't pass up a Division III school if you have the opportunity. Division III offers many experiences.
I would definitely choose Division III school because you can develop your leadership skills. I mean, basketball and academics are so important here, but you can also develop who you are as a person.
Proportioned to me is the lived experience of our Division III student athletes. They balance life from an academic perspective and the rigors of competing at a high level, bonding with teammates and building lifelong friendships. But they also are involved in their communities. They work jobs and internships and volunteer. They've learned to be resilient. Diverse experiences are setting them up for the future.
I had numerous family members who've been taken away from heart disease and stroke. That drove me to pursue knowledge about health and well-being. Playing college football gave me an opportunity to get myself into college.
Goes to Parks. He's in the end zone.
That's when I decided that I want to go into personal trainer. I felt I would have a great opportunity to share my knowledge about well-being within Detroit. I hope to reach as many people as I can.
A good citizen is someone who wants to make a positive impact, both in their communities and in the world around them. The Division III approach is absolutely the best approach out there for amateur sport because it wants student athletes to explore all parts of who they are. Be successful in the classroom, be successful in competition, be successful in the community. So our student athletes learn what it means to strive for and attain success, but doing it the right way and being good citizens.
You're no stranger to challenges. You feel the weight of the work left to do, but more importantly, you dream of making the world a better place. From day one, you've never given up in the face of obstacles, and you're not going to start now because you are relentless to your roots. And your success in the future is rooted in the decisions you make today. So choose a university with a 100-year legacy of dogged determination and community impact. The University of Redlands. Learn more at redlands.edu.
I injured my shoulder when I was practicing platform diving. It was a blessing in disguise. When I went to physical therapy, I realized this is something I want to do. That's when I changed my major to physical therapy. I want to inspire people to do whatever they love doing. I'm fortunate to have Cliff as my coach. He made me believe that I can get back into diving after my injury to prove that nothing can stop me from chasing my dreams.
Life isn't about finding your path. It's about creating it. At Susquehanna University, you can choose a liberal arts experience that prepares you for a promising future. Discover your magic and then change the world. Start the journey of your lifetime at Susquehanna University.
Yeah.
We've got more schools than Division I, more fans than Division II, and more upsets than March Madness. There's nearly 850 programs with over 11,000 games leading to 2 national championships. And we've been covering it all for over 2 decades. From Eastern to Occidental, from Puget Sound to Piedmont, from Southwestern to the University of New England, and from Hope to Calvin. Nobody covers Division III basketball like we do. We're D3Hoops.com at www.d3hoops.com.
Back out here in Las Vegas, Nevada, the South Point Arena, you see our halftime score. Redlands leading Canton by the score of 38-21. Neither team shooting well from three-point range. Redlands a little bit better from the floor, a little bit of a rebounding edge, but the big edge is in the turnovers. Redlands has been harassing Canton defensively at every available opportunity. And Canton's had a bit of a hard time maintaining control of the basketball. 4 turnovers for Bartle in the first 20 minutes. Aniceto with 3. Individual leaders for Canton. Bartle with 8 points. Pabo with 6. For Redlands, Colby Zorich with 12. AJ Wick with 10. Wick has 10 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 steals. The most steals in a game in a women's basketball game in D3Hoops.com Classic history is 7 by Ayesat Afolabi of Lewis and Clark back on December 29th of 2016 versus Stevens. We'll keep an eye on that for you. As we get you ready for the second half of action, that's Redlands in the scarlet with the gray numerals. SUNY Canton in the white with the blue and the gold. And we are ready to go for second half action. Redlands gonna go left to right here in the second half. Faselo, Hosen, Hicks, Zorich, and Wick, the starting 5 on the floor. Wick with a rebound and then throws it away out of bounds. SUNY Canton counters with Natalie Bartle. She's on the floor. She's the only non-starter to return to start here this second half, along with Pabo, Tori Moore, Kat McRobbie, and Hope Aniceto. That's Canton with the basketball. Aniceto, the junior out of Bolingbrook, Illinois, shot no good. McRobbie, rebound, put back, does not fall. Battle on the rebound, and finally controlled by Wick. Wick into double figures now with 10 rebounds. Shot no good by Facello on the other end. Canton looking to push it up the floor, gets the pass up ahead, one-on-one, partially blocked and out of bounds. Pablo flung it up the floor as much as she possibly could. Aniceto there, the 5'3" junior guard out of Bolingbrook, Illinois, had to come back to get the basketball and then had her shot partially blocked. My notes say, and that I assume, Gordon, this means you think it's okay for me to say this on the air. She wrote it in her profile on the SUNY Canton roster website. Hope Aniceto, the same height since 5th grade. Shot good by Pablo. My daughter, my 19-year-old daughter, was also the same height since 5th grade. And nobody ever suggested, she's always thought that she could never play basketball. I have to tell her, that was not true, Colleen. You could have played basketball. Maybe not at Gustavus, where she's currently attending, but she could have played basketball. That is Zorich with the baseline jumper. 40-23. Unsung hero of this tournament really is Gordon, for putting together just amazing information for us to call games from, including anecdotes about Hope Aniceto's height as an 11-year-old. Bartle's going to go to the line for a pair. Bartle has not shot a free throw this season. This is only her second game. First shot good. Canton has only played 4 games. They had another one scheduled against Hilbert back on November 30th that was snowed out. That game will be replayed, or was rescheduled for January 2nd. 40-25 our score here early in the third. Facello for Redlands looking down on the baseline. That Zorich shot no good. Gonna be a foul on the rebound.
Falls on the bruise, number 33, Hope Aniceto. That's her first, the team's first.
Aniceto with the foul, her first of the day. Nobody with more than 2 fouls on either side. There's Hosen, no good. And then Aniceto loses the ball in traffic.
That's her second, the team's second.
Up top, long 3 on the way for Bartle, off to the right. The left-hand side of this floor, as you're looking at it on your screen, is typically seen as the easier shooting backdrop. This is a big arena, and Canton plays in a very large building. I've not seen it with the seats pulled out, but it is a cavernous indoor facility. So I don't know quite what the shooting backdrops are there, but here, when you're shooting on the basket to the right, which Redlands is doing here in the second half, the camera won't ever pan over, but it's about 90 feet of backdrop behind before you actually get to the background. Hosen with the floater, high off the glass, no good, punches it out. Pablo with the board, 3-on-1. Gets it to Aniceto, step back, 3 all in the way, and that is no good. Put back, however, is up and good for Bartle. Bartle with a little baseline jumper. Now she's got 12. 40-27. Here the SUNY Canton team chanting defense. Zorich at the elbow, no good. Bartle with the board. Long, high arcing pass up ahead for Aniceto. Shot doesn't fall. Hosen, baseline for Zoric. Up top, Hicks swings around, and the ball goes into the back of the back. None of us is getting up to go get the basketball, so the officials will have to go do that. 40-27 our score. Zoric to trigger. Hosen, right-handed dribble. Picks it up, swings it for Wick. Wick from 19, doesn't go. Aniceto with the rebound. Aniceto, third rebound of the day. Floater on the way, does not fall for Bartle. And Wick is there to collect a 12th rebound for Wick. And a travel. Hicks thought about going right, then hesitated going left, then went right. And that was too many directions. Marika Kroon comes back into the game for Canton. Kroon started 2 games this season, averaging just short of 5 rebounds a game. Abigail Rice seeing her first action of the second half. That does not fall. Facelo with the long rebound. Over for Hicks, inside for Zoric at the foul line, good. Zoric now with 16 to lead all scorers. There's a tie-up, and the ball will remain Canton possession. Shot clock's at 24. Perez, Pabo, Aniceto, Kroon, and Rice on the floor for the Kangaroos. Hops it out in the corner. Baseline jumper doesn't fall for Perez. Redlands pushing the ball up the floor. The Bulldogs 5-5 overall, 2-1 in SCIAC play so far this season. Shot no good by Wick. Canton with the board, can't hold on to it. Back up ahead, Zoric. Zoric finishes. Just in transition, not even pressure really set up. Canton was not able to hang on to the basketball. Aniceto looking underneath for Kroon, and this will be Canton basketball underneath their own basket. Aniceto will get a break. And this will be a held ball, and that time the arrow points back towards Redlands. This is our 3rd game of the day, our 4th game of the tournament, so there are 2 more games to follow today. Coming up after this one, we switch over to men's basketball action, and Mount Union faces Ramapo, and then we wrap it up with Whittier against Edgewood. Zoric shot good. Zoric having a big 3rd quarter. 8 points here in this quarter. Answering on the other side with a jumper. Makes it 46-29. Shot good by Perez. Hosen. Inside, outside, cross-court pass, back inside, underneath. Wide open there, nice little baseline cut by Colby Zoric. Good ball movement by Redlands. And it elicits an open shot. Very nearly a turnover by Canton, but last touch by Redlands. Chelsea Tyler comes back into the game for the Kangaroos. She replaces Abigail Rice. Long 3 on the way. That is no good by Natalie Bartle. Outside Wick, 16-footer. That one's good. Zorich saves it from going out of bounds. Hosen out on the perimeter from 19 feet, no good. Wick with the rebound. Wick lost it behind her back. I don't think she intended to dribble it behind her back. And Redlands is going to get a timeout to preserve that possession. Canton fans, one of whom very visibly and audibly upset with that timeout. It's a full timeout. We'll take it as well. 50-29. We'll be back in a minute.
You're no stranger to challenges. You feel the weight of the work left to do, but more importantly, you dream of making the world a better place. From day one, you've never given up in the face of obstacles, and you're not going to start now because you are relentless to your roots. And your success in the future is rooted in the decisions you make today. So choose a university with a 100-year legacy of dogged determination and community impact. The University of Redlands. Learn more at redlands.edu.
Life isn't about finding your path. It's about creating it. At Susquehanna University, you can choose a liberal arts experience that prepares you for a promising future. Discover your magic and then change the world. Start the journey of your lifetime at Susquehanna University.
Back out here, Redlands and Canton. Here in the third quarter, 50-29 our score. Thanks to SUNY Canton, thanks to Redlands, thanks to Susquehanna for helping sponsor the broadcast portion of the D3Hoops.com Classic. Those things go a long way to, I don't know, keeping Dave sane, I think. Deflection inside. That is taken away by Canton. Mike Feuline, the head coach of Mount Union, came over to tap us on the shoulder right there at the end of timeout. His team going to take the floor next after this. Emma Perez shot no good, rounded off, and rebounded by Redlands. Hosen with the basketball, guarded by Perez. Looking inside for Zorich. And Zorich is good. Zorich is good. That's really the takeaway right now. She's got 24 points on the afternoon. She came in averaging 11.4. Pabo with the basketball, shot clock at 13. Bartle, now up top, Tyler. Tyler dribbles in, bounce pass, looking for McRobbie. McRobbie gets it in there. McRobbie, been kind of quiet. She spent, of course, the last several minutes of the first half on the bench with 2 fouls. And they've had a little hard time kind of getting the ball inside to her here in quarter number 3. That's another shot by Zorich. Zorich, 5'10" junior forward out of Kenmore, Washington, showing the range out to about 17 feet on the baseline. 54-31, she's got 26 points, 11 of 17. There's a 3 for Bartle that does not fall. Hicks is there to collect the board. And Zorich this time blocked by McRobbie, but she gets her own rebound and puts it back in. 56-31. Three-pointer, and that one rattles home for Chelsea Tyler. 30-second timeout taken by SUNY Canton off the made 3. Canton here in the second half, 5 of 18 from the floor. That's 28%, 1 of 6 from downtown. They've been out-rebounded 14-9. Redlands, 9 of 19 from the floor. That's 47%, 0 for 1 from beyond the arc. Redlands hasn't had to really think about a three-pointer here in the second half. That's because Colby Zorich is 8 of 11 from the floor here in the third quarter alone. Colby Zorich with 16 third quarter points. And Canton does not have an answer. We'll get a reprieve from her for a moment anyway as she takes a seat. Avery Shearing into the game for Redlands. Also Sophie Christopher, she has the basketball. Alex Faselo with it, shot clock at 10. Christopher working baseline, gets double teamed. Back outside Faselo from the elbow, off the front iron, no good, and rebounded by Pabo. Pull-up jumper, and that one is good for Natalie Bartle. Bartle struggled a little bit shooting-wise, but has put some points on the board. She's got 12 of the 36. And here's a foul against Canton.
Fouls on the Roos, number 0, Natalie Bartle. That's her first. The team's third. Checking in for the Roos, number 33, Coleman. She replaces number 2, Sierra Pablo. At the line for the Bulldogs, number 24, Carly Hicks. 2 shots.
Hicks to shoot a pair. First one no good. That's her first miss from the foul line on the season. She was 5 of 5 coming in. Second shot, that one good. 57-36 as we tick down the final seconds here of the third quarter. Leaning it up there is Bartle, and she's going to draw the foul. AJ Wick with the foul. That is her third team foul.
At the line for the Roos, number 0, Natalie Bartle. 2 shots.
Bartle's first shot no good. AJ Wick, 12 points, 15 rebounds. She's still on the 5 steals that she had at the half. Second one goes down for Bartle. And that's the end of the third quarter. Your score, Redlands 57, SUNY Canton 37. We'll be back in a minute here at the D3Hoops.com Classic from Las Vegas.
Susquehanna University, we are invested. Invested in preparing for a lifetime of success. Susquehanna student athletes excel both on the field and in the classroom. You'll finish strong with supportive coaches and professors. Susquehanna University. Elevate your game and your future.
Yeah.
Back out here for quarter number 4. University of Redlands leading SUNY Canton by the score of 57-37. Pat Coleman for D3Hoops.com alongside producer Dave McHugh, who has fought through all of the technical difficulties today. He just shakes his head. Once upon a time, Dave got to call games here in Las Vegas. These days, Dave's just trying to keep the stream running, for which we are greatly appreciative. Three-pointer on the way, good. Oh, if Canton is going to get back into this game. They're going to need contributions from people like Hope Aniceto. That is her first field goal of the day. 57-40. Aniceto, she's got the basketball. Now Bartle. Bartle launches. Bartle just a little bit too strong and to the right. And a travel by Colby Zorich will give Canton the ball back. Looking at inbounds, gets it up top. Bartle fakes the three, now dribbles in against Christopher, pulls it back out. McRobbie, 20 feet away from the basket, drives it in. Shot blocked by Wick. A.J. Wick blocked shot. Coming back the other way, and with the finish, it's Sophie Christopher. You think about the players off the bench today for Redlands. Christopher is the one who's really provided consistent offense. She's got 8 points. She's played just 9 minutes today. Sorry, yes, 8 points. Down underneath, and Sadie Spraybury answers. 17-point ball game. Wick with it at the foul line. Crosses over, steps back, and shot no good, but there will be a foul. Tori Moore will pick up the foul. Tori Moore's had kind of a quiet day. She's at 5 rebounds and 2 assists, but 0 for 2 from the floor in 13 minutes, and this is for someone who averages 11.8 points and 11 rebounds a game. First shot for Wick is good. Second one. That one's no good off to the right. Bartle with the board. Lead is 18, 60-42. Moore gets kind of tied up, gets it out. Aniceto hits from 3. It's 2 in a row. The SUNY Canton fans have something positive to cheer about here in quarter number 4. It's Avery Shearing, and she travels. Colby Zorich. Now she got about 2 minutes and 4 seconds on the bench. Now she's back into the game. She comes in to replace Wick. So they keep one of their big post players in the game. Oh! Aniceto once again! Aniceto now 3 of 8 from beyond the arc. All 3 of them here in the fourth quarter. 60-48 our score. Caden Sanders with the basketball, gives it to Wick. Hicks shot on the way, good. Lead is back out to 14. Tori Moore outside Aniceto, passes it up, gives it to Bartle. Bartle from 3. She's not quite found that spot here on this side of the floor. Bartle 2 of 10 from 3-point range. Wick with the basket and the foul. McRobbie's going to pick up foul number 4. Alex Facello and Leila Hosen, 2 starters, back into the game for Redlands as this game has gotten a little bit closer. It's a 16-point ball game. Bella Gilmore waiting to check in at the next available opportunity for SUNY Canton. And the Wick shot no good. Bartle can't hold on to the rebound. Loses it off her foot out of bounds. So Gilmore comes in. McRobbie with the 4th foul is going to go to the bench for a little bit here with 7 minutes left in the game. Shot no good by Wick. Saved from going out of bounds by Bartle. Underhanded layup, no good for Pabo. kind of shots Canton needs. You try to get back into this game when you're down by a lot. You cannot bypass the easy opportunities. Wick with it up top, just running some clock with 6.5 minutes left. Comfortable lead still for Redlands. Driving in, and a bit of an off-balance shot for Carly Hicks, and she will draw a foul and go to the line. So Bella Gilmore draws the foul. Now Marika Kroon is going to come back into the game. She's going to replace Sprayberry. Canton just trying to run as many of their big post players in here. Shot no good, and skying for the rebound is Natalie Bartle, and we're all like, sure, but there's 2 shots. That's true. There's no. It was not a made basket in front of it. That would have to be. There's not a 1-and-1. So second shot for Hicks coming up. That one's good. No one flies in to try to rebound that one. Now Emma Deal will come into the game. She replaces Natalie Bartle. Deal into the game for the first time. Pabo with the basketball. That's Gilmore with it. Outside for Aniceto. That shot partially blocked and rebounded by Wick. Wick, rebound number 18. Ties for the most rebounds in the tournament today. Zoe Tomlinson, of course, Colorado College in our first game today had 18 rebounds as well. So I suppose we need to keep the rebound watch for Wick as well. The tournament record is 22. Redlands with the possession after the tie-up. Shot clock ticks back up to 20. Wick cannot get it to go. I would say that's a rebound, but it's not. It's a held ball. If it's a rebound, it would be a team rebound, SUNY Canton. Emma Deal brings it into the front court. Pabo with it, looking inside for Kroon. And Kroon tries to kick it back out. It's stolen away by Zorich. Up ahead for Wick. Wick, now too strong. Rebounded by Gilmore. Canton pushing it up. They're down by 17 with 5:23 to play. A floater does not fall. Tie up once again on the rebound as Hicks and Kroon go at it, and this will be Redlands' ball. Waiting on the baseline, waiting for this game to be over. The Purple Raiders of the University of Mount Union out of Alliance, Ohio. Here at this tournament for the first time, they'll be facing tournament regulars, the Ramapo Roadrunners. We've had 14 of these tournaments. Ramapo's been here 11 times. And there is a baseline jumper for Zorich. Zorich now with 30. 68-48, the midway point of the fourth quarter. Zorich picks up a loose ball. And then Hosen is fouled in the backcourt. Aniceto's going, I'm trying to hook her. I'm not sure what that arm gesture means.
Checking in for the Roos, number 0, Natalie Bartle, number 20, Kat McRobbie, and number 23, Abigail Rice.
Ball deflected out the perimeter by Bartle, who's back in the game. So Wick will come out. She'll go to the bench with 15 points, 18 rebounds. And Krista Carbon, the 6'3 junior who comes in to replace her, starts with an easy 2. Carbon's first basket of the day, of the season, the day, the week, the month, and even the year. Casello picks up a foul for Redlands. That's her first. Bartle with the basketball. And it's going to be an illegal screen. That's going to be against Aniceto. That is her third. On the floor right now for Canton, Bartle, McRobbie, Deal, Rice, and Aniceto. For Redlands, they counter with Faselo, Carbon, Hosen, Hicks, and Zorich. Faselo with the basketball. Shot no good. Rice with the rebound. Bartle with the ball. And Bartle is going to draw the foul out on the perimeter from Faselo. Faselo with her second foul in just the last 33 seconds. That is the just the second foul for Redlands. There's 5 for Canton here in this quarter, so Redlands will be shooting. Ball goes out of bounds off of Carly Hicks.
Checking in for the Roos, number 7, Chloe Smith.
Number 7.
She replaces number 22, Emma Deal.
Comes into the game for the first time for SUNY Canton. That's Chloe Smith. Shot no good. Redlands with the board. Inside, Carbon with the finish. Bartle does get it into the front court against this pressure. He's going to have to give it up. And it's saved temporarily from going out of bounds. And then Zorich comes over and says, I don't have to pick up this basketball, but I need to keep you from doing so. So I'm just going to stand here, let you watch it roll out of bounds. Redlands up by 23, 71-48 with 3:13 and counting remaining. Hosen backs it out. Redlands just running some clock. Libby Oxiano into the game for the first time, and her jumper from the foul line rattles in. Oxiano, her first 2 points as a member of the University of Redlands Bulldogs. And I don't know if you saw as the ball was going back the other way, just huge reaction from that Redlands bench. Seeing a freshman get her first points of her career. Ball stolen away by Bartle, and then going to get Jenna Schmidt for the foul as they're going back up court.
Fouls on the Bulldogs, number 25, Jenna Schmidt. That's her first. The team's third. Checking in for the Bulldogs, number 8, Audrey Meek. And checking in
Chelsea Tyler back into the game for Canton.
number 24, Chelsea Tyler, and number 44, Logan Allen.
Chloe Smith with the basketball. Now Chelsea Tyler. Logan Allen. Deal. Gonna take it herself. Finishes it off. 73-50. Audrey Meek with the basketball for Redlands. Oxiano. Gonna just throw it up, try to launch it, and does not draw the foul. Zorich is going to come out. Zorich gets a nice round of applause from the Redlands fans here. Her day almost certainly done. 30 points, 13 of 20 shooting to go along with 8 rebounds. Shot by Tyler, no good. She'll go to the line.
Fouls on the Bulldogs, number 3, Krista Carbon. That is her first.
Tyler's first trip to the line today. She's 2 of 2 from the free throw line on the season. First shot good. Rylan McAllister. Did I see that correctly? No, that's not correct. Taylor Whaley on the floor for Redlands. along with Meek, along with Schmidt, along with Oxiano and Carbon. Here in the waning moments of this 21-point ball game. Taking it to the hole, Jenna Schmidt. Logan Allen, bounce pass inside. Hook shot does not fall for Kennedy Allen, but they get the rebound. Shot clock at 12. On the way, no good. And rebounded by Meek.
Calls on the Roos, number 44, Logan Allen. That's her first personal foul.
Allen's first, and of course, we've been over 5.
2 shots.
Redlands to the line. Redlands' other game at this tournament will be on Monday at noon Pacific time. Redlands takes on St. Vincent. SUNY Canton comes back tomorrow afternoon at noon, and they will face St. Vincent. Did run into Jimmy Petruska, the head coach of St. Vincent, earlier. Getting a chance to see both of these teams who he'll be playing over the course of the next couple days. Melena Clark, a freshman center, comes into the game for Redlands.
1 minute to play in the quarter. 1 minute.
Tyler with the basketball. She dribbles it in, and she's going to draw the foul. That's also the 5th foul for Redlands here.
Fouls on the Bulldogs, number 0, Libby Oxiano. That is her first. The team's 5th. At the line for the Roos, number 24, Chelsea Tyler. 2 shots.
Tyler 4 of 4 from the foul line on the season, 2 of 2 tonight. First one's good. Number 2 goes in as well. Meek brings the ball up. Looks inside, Melena Clark for 2, and there's another big reaction from the Redlands bench. Melena Clark into the scoring column this season. Tyler loses the handle on it. It's about a 4.5 differential between the game clock and the shot clock here in the waning moments of our ball game. Turnover against Redlands. It'll be their 15th turnover of the day. So SUNY Canton put together a little flurry here in the 4th quarter to start things off, but just could not contain Colby Zorich, could not contain AJ Wick. Those 2 bigs for Redlands. Combined for 45 points, 22 rebounds, 6 steals, and 3 blocked shots. First foul shot good for Bella Gilmore. Second shot as well. And so Redlands is just going to dribble this one out. And our final score, University of Redlands 79, State University of New York at Canton 56. Redlands improves to 6-5. Canton falls to 3-2. Final stats. First for Canton, led by Natalie Bartle off the bench with 15 points, 5 of 16 shooting, 2 of 10 from beyond the arc. She had a team-high 9 rebounds. Hope Aniceto had a great 4th quarter, 3 3-pointers for 9 of her 10 points in the 4th quarter. Sierra Pabo with 8. Chelsea Tyler off the bench with 7. Canton, 20 of 64 from the floor, 31%, 6 of 26 from downtown, 23%, and 10 of 12 from the line. Those rebounding numbers, 41 for Canton, but 50 for Redlands. And Redlands was led by Colby Zorich, 30 points on 13 of 20 shooting. That's 65%. She also had 8 rebounds and 3 assists. AJ Wick, 15 points on 7 of 19 shooting. She had 18 rebounds, 3 assists, and 5 steals. Sophie Christopher off the bench with 8 for Redlands as well. 34 of 76 from the floor, just shy of 45%. 2 of 13 from beyond the arc, 15%, and 9 of 16 from the foul line, 56%. We mentioned the rebounding edge. 15 turnovers for Redlands on the afternoon compared to 24 for SUNY Canton. Redlands 23 points on fast breaks compared to none for the Kangaroos of SUNY Canton. So Redlands improves to 6-5. SUNY Canton falls to 3-2. Redlands will be back on Monday at noon Pacific time to face St. Vincent, and SUNY Canton will be back tomorrow at noon Pacific time also to face St. Vincent. Coming up next, we switch over to men's basketball action, and it's Ramapo against Whittier coming up in just about 26 minutes from now. For Gordon Mann, for Ryan Coleman, for producer Dave McHugh, signing off for this one from the D3Hoops.com Classic in Las Vegas. Your final score: Redlands 79, SUNY Canton 56.
Yeah.
You're no stranger to challenges. You feel the weight of the work left to do, but more importantly, you dream of making the world a better place. From day one, you've never given up in the face of obstacles, and you're not going to start now because you are relentless to your roots. And your success in the future is rooted in the decisions you make today. So choose a university with a 100-year legacy of dogged determination and community impact. The University of Redlands. Learn more at redlands.edu.